Yeah, what's Kenny?
Yes, sir. Big man.
What's Kenny? What's up?
Cool, Charlie. How be?
Yeah, what they going?
Oh, normal for here, Charlie.
I hope everything cool.
Yeah, Charlie. Everything fine. What about your end?
Uh, by the grace, everything is okay. Okay.
Sure.
All right. I think this is not the usual of the channeling of today, but we just have to get some discussions on board and know what is happening
Okay.
in the world of football. Especially, you are just going to discuss one or two styles about the recent trending stories on Ghanaian players abroad and the upcoming events for Black Stars against Madagascar and others. So you just be looking up to shortly. All right.
Okay.
So you are once again welcome to Manuel TV Sports.
All right. Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity as well for being on one of the biggest sports channel in Ghana here. Sure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm coming. Okay. Okay. Just hold on. I'm coming. Once again, just give me 1 minute. I'm coming.
All right, sure.
All right, so we are now public. All right, Ozikeni, so let's look at some of the trending football stories coming up about the Black Stars players abroad. First of all, I think there are certain nationalities switch going here and there. I just want to have your take about this. One of that of Derek Cohn and others are also looking out for whether the other players will switch their allegiance to join Black Stars in the future. What do you think about that?
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity, and good afternoon to all our viewers. If you watch later, to good evening, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. I'm honored to be here. Now, let's talk about the players. As you are saying, yes, it is true. And for now, as we all know, Ghana will play against Madagascar in June. And ahead of the game, many are actually talking about new players switching nationality to Ghana. Well, these talks have been there. I think from last year, that is when the Ghana Football Association really intensified their ambition of switching players who are of Ghanaian descent to come and play for the nation. We've seen the likes of Tariq Lamptey switching from England to Ghana. We've also seen Stefan Ambrosius, who switched from Germany to Ghana. Ransford Ebakoni still also switched to Ghana. We saw Patrick Pfeiffer. He's here to get opportunity, though he has also switched. Then I think Inaki Williams, yes. So we got these five players, and we are still looking forward for more. We know the story of Callum Hudson-Odoi, whom Ghana we have been chasing for him. We've also heard of Edin Ketia. Then right now, the latest news coming in indicates that the coach, Chris Hughton, is actually monitoring, Derek Cohn, who plays in the German Bundesliga too, and some few other players. I think if they all come, it is going to help. I even forgot, Kingsley Schindler recently he represented Ghana.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played
yeah,
against
yeah.
Angola, yes, in Luanda, Angola, and I think he's also part of the play. So it is still a process which is ongoing. So it is something that we cannot really determine the extent of the nationality switch, but it is going on. But we only hope that we get the quality players to add up to the Black Stars team going forward as a nation. Sure.
All okay. So looking at their various positions, someone like Derek Cohn, do we really need Derek Cohn to play for Ghana? Because he said he's ready to represent Ghana.
Sure, we need Derrick Cohn, not him alone. I think we have a lot of players that we need to actually focus on getting them.
Yeah, yeah.
But the
I just
reason
want
why
us to take that.
yes, sure,
Okay.
I'll focus on him. The reason why I want us to focus on Derrick Cohn, and I'm saying we need him, is that if you look at his qualities, his explosiveness as a left back, I think the player I can really compare him to, who is a household name, might be like Alfonso Davies, who plays for Bayern Munich. He has that kind of explosiveness going forward. He has the pace. He's also able to assist. He's also able to score. This season, he has already scored some, I think, 9 goals and also assisted 10 times in the German Bundesliga too, which gives him a lot of good stats. But looking at the Black Stars of Ghana's left back, look at our left backs. We have Baba Rahman, who is injured. In fact, he has taken his club side right into the relegation with Andy Yadom, the captain for the side. Then we also have Gideon Mensah as also a left back. Then recently we got Sheriff Sports, Patrick Pozo, who also came in. He didn't play at all, so we don't know his performance yet. So the Black Stars of Ghana's team, clearly we have issues at the left back position. So going forward, which player can help us? We have to just scout. We have to get the best. Because Gideon Mensah, whenever he's playing, well, he's not really showing that we need to actually rely on him as a left back for the next 4 or 5 years. Because looking at the recent 2 games he played against Angola, many things that his performance wasn't all that great, including myself. He was most of the time being outrun. He was not really good at 1v1 situation. And whenever he goes forward, he's not able to produce anything. Baba Rahman does better when he goes forward, but tracking back is an issue. Gideon Mensah, when he goes forward, he's not really creating for us. And sometimes when he also tries back too, it is an issue. So I think with the left back position, it is one area that we should really look at getting the best players to replace, or to actually give competition on the left back position for the Black Stars of Ghana. So I think it's good pushing forward for Derek Cohn, who can come in and give us different options, different profile, and also help the team going forward.
Okay. And do you also think that is it time for us to stop pursuing for Callum Hudson-Odoi and Edin Ketia?
For me, I think we do not have to stop pursuing for them. There are some players you have to go to the extra mile of getting them, and when you get them, you will feel comfortable getting those players. Real Madrid. Let me go out over the board a little. Real Madrid, big teams have been chasing players here and there because they know what they can get out of them. When you get a player eventually, you know that the player is talented. There are some players you can never say that you do not need them in your team. Well, Callum Hudson-Odoi this season, he has not been the best of himself. We cannot talk about match stats for him. About 15 matches he's played only in some 14 games, and also in some 14 matches he started only 7 times, giving only 1 assist. He has not scored nothing for Bayer Leverkusen this season. So he is not the Callum Hudson-Odoi you used to know in Chelsea. But I think 2 things has actually worried him: 1, injury, and 2, change of coaches has actually hampered him. Since he joined Leverkusen, he was really playing under the former coach. Then Zabi came in. He saw different profile from a different player who added to that. That's Diaby, who is giving them a lot of options going forward. So I think Callum Hudson-Odoi, he has the talent that we all know that this player can blossom. This player can do something. But when? That's the issue. And looking at Chelsea right now, Chelsea has signed a lot of players to the extent that some have even forgotten we have a player called Callum Hudson-Odoi who is on loan as Leverkusen. And the performance he's putting up there, I don't have any belief that he will join Chelsea and get opportunity in the main team. He will definitely be loaned out once again. And going out on loan again means that he's still finding opportunities to blow as a player or to actually play very well as a player that he used to know. So the talent is there. Can't Ghana get him in? Because he can just pick up anytime. He's a quality player, no doubt about his qualities. He was being compared to one of the top players in the world at a time in Chelsea. But I think injuries has not done him good. And also, I think himself, he has to overwork. He has to do more work going forward. But I think Ghana should not give up. We should continue to follow him because he was in a way ready for Ghana. But he thought the time was too close. So he was like, he wanted to follow or focus on club football. Then after that, he will come. But the World Cup is over, and we do not know the communication now between the player. But we understand he might be ready to play for Ghana. So I think we do not have to give up on him. Did you ask of Edin Ketia?
Yeah, Edin Ketia as well, yeah. All right. I think Osikeni's network is not that good. So he will still join and we know what he will also add up. All right, so we are still looking at the trending football stories this weekend. What is happening? What has happened? We are all considering and know how best we can just try to bring
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You can join. All
Oh,
right.
sorry. So I was on Eddie Nketiah. I was like, Eddie Nketiah is also a player who is just like Callum Hudson-Odoi. For him, he also believes in himself that per the records he has for the English under-21 side, being the all-time top scorer, scoring some 16 goals in 17 matches for them, he had been awarded for that. He thinks he can do something for the Three Lions. That's the senior national team for England, but he's not getting that opportunity. He has played for the youth size, excel. Everyone knows his qualities, but he is not breaking into the national team itself. So why can't Ghana take the opportunity? Because the Black Stars team, I think we lack an out-and-out striker. We lack a goal poacher in our team. If you look at the Black Stars team, I think after Samuel Jan, we are yet to get a striker who can tell us that, oh, put your confidence in me. At least I'm going to give you a goal in 2 games. Most of the time, it's our wingers. I think the last time a striker scored for us, maybe Antoine Semenyo. Yes, he's the last striker I recall him scoring. Most of the time it comes from the wings, or maybe the midfielders have been giving us the goals, and sometimes defenders. So we should take these players as projects. We should project. We should say, okay, for the next 4 or 5 years, let's put this group of players together and build a trophy-winning team. That should be our ambition. And if you look at the ages of Callum Hudson-Odoi and Eddie Nketiah, if they are playing for Ghana consistently, we have the likes of Joseph Pento or the likes of Osman Bukari. Look at their age, Kudus Mohamed, all these guys. For the next 4 or 5 years, they can become a strong squad, conquer Africa, if possible, go to the World Cup and also show what we can do to the nation or to the globe. So I think these are players we shouldn't give up on them. They are too young to, be left away like that. They have a lot of years to play. So anything can happen. Anything can happen for them. But I think we should continue to pursue these 2 players.
All right. Then let's look at our goalkeeping departments. I think there were numerous reports that Jordan Emisa is also ready and has accepted to play for Black Stars. Do you think we still need him in our goalkeeping department since we have the likes of Richard Ofori, Dalad Ibrahim, Jojo Lacote, Manaf Nuruddin, and others? Do you think we still need the services of Richard Yamoa, Jordan Yamoa?
I don't even have to think that we need him. We need him. We just need him because if you look at our goalkeepers, the names are there, but we are not seeing their performances, to be honest with you. Out of all the goalkeepers that I can mention them off head, Richard Ofori this season before the World Cup that he got a knee injury, he went for the surgery. After returning, he's here to keep a post for Orlando Pirates. I understand he might be leaving at the end of the season. So Richard Ofori, I think the last game was around November or I think September, November. October, November was the last time he kept post.
It was October, November.
Then you go again to the next goalkeeper, Joseph Luke. While he was keeping for Charlton Athletic, unfortunately before the World Cup, he picked up a finger injury. After the World Cup, he's yet to keep for his club side. He kept in 1 friendly game before he fully recovered, and after that, we are not seeing anything from him. So he's also a bench warmer. Then you go to the next goalkeeper, Manaf Nuruddin, who is just sitting on bench at KSUP. He's not playing for the club side. You go to the 4th keeper, Dalad Ibrahim, who was at the World Cup. Recently, we've seen Kotoko games. He has been sitting in the stands watching. He is also the number 1 for under 23. It is a worry. Then you go to the 5th keeper, who again, I don't know, maybe Razak Abaloa, I'll talk of him recently. He has picked form as Sheriff Torres for keeping continuously for the club side. Then looking at only Atizigi being the consistent goalkeeper for the club side is a worry for Ghana. Only Atizigi for his club side, St. Gallen, he's keeping consistently. So we need challenge or we need competition for our number 1 spot. I think for now you can all understand that Atizigi is the number 1. But which competition does he have? Like which players are going to compete him? I'm not seeing it. So I think Jordan Emisa, as you said.
Looking at these same goalkeepers, they are also bench warmers at their various clubs too. The likes of Tete Annan and Jordan Emisa.
Yes, but there are some keepers we have already given them opportunities before, and we know what they can do. We know what Manaf can do. We know what Wolacott can do. We know what Richard Ofori can do. We know what Atizigi can do. But do we really know what Jordan can also add going forward? We do not know. He has a different profile. And there are some things that when you play for them, it is just like you playing or maybe if you train at their training grounds, it's just like you playing for the national team. Let me cite an example. If you look at Chelsea, we have Hakim Ziyech, who is on bench most of our games. But when it comes to the national team, he's playing. It doesn't mean that in the national team, the players who are there are not good enough. But sometimes when you train with some top-notch quality players and also quality coaches, you gather a lot of experience. For him at, League One side Burton Albion, just like Joseph Olokot, maybe when he comes to the Black Stars of Ghana's team, his performance can be different. We don't know the coach who is actually handling him, or they've now even qualified to the APL. We don't know the coaches that are handling him. Maybe he's getting a lot of experience, but he needs opportunities to show. He has said it on numerous occasions that he wants to play for Ghana. Recently, you even brought out his interview from the Ayew podcast where he said that playing for Ghana is nothing that he's even going to debate about. He's just ready to play for Ghana. So I think even if not the Black Stars of Ghana's team, sure, even if not playing for the Black Stars of Ghana's team, we should add him to the Ghana under 23, the Ghana Black Meteors going forward. He can go there, showcase what he can do. Who knows? He can just come in as a top-notch goalkeeper.
Yeah. But I think this is a major problem here. Yeah, I think there's a paramount problem here. I think looking at the transition and the development of our various national teams, it's not like they always have to switch their allegiance or accept to play for the Black Stars. They can also join some of the junior national teams in order for their development before they are being selected to join the Black Stars. That is what I think.
That's it. So as you are saying, Jordan Emisa was asked in a podcast that would he accept to play for 23. He said yes, he's ready to play. The last time Ransford Ebakon was interviewed by my good friend Joseph Adamafio of Ghana Web, and he asked him, "Are you ready to accept caller for the 23?" He said, "If the tournament will happen at the time that he's ready, he's ready to play." So it doesn't mean that Ransford Ebakon has switched nationality. So definitely he should come and play for the senior team. No, you play at where we need your services. So I think if Jordan, he is under 23, yes, of course. If he can play for the 23 side, bring him in. Let him challenge, Danlad. Danlad is too relaxed. For me, that's what I think. Like Ghana here, if you want to mention two top goalkeepers, you just mention Danlad. But go to Kotoko currently, he's not the number one goalkeeper. I love Danlad so much. I know his performance. But he's too relaxed as a goalkeeper. He knows that even if he's on bench forever, at Kotoko, definitely will earn a national team call-up and join the national side. So I think we need our goalkeepers to be challenged. Like we need new challenges for them. And Jordan Emisa can be one. We also have Joseph Anana of West Ham United. He can also be one, even though they are warming benches there, just like our number one goalkeepers and number two, number three goalkeepers, they are also warming bench. Let's give them competition so that they will lift themselves up. Else, we are going to have only bench warmers as our goalkeepers, and that's not good going forward as a national team. Every team, every national team, every football club side who want to win competitions, it is not only your attack, it is your defense. The defense starts from the goalkeeper to the number 9. And if you do not have a good goalkeeper, trust you me, you are not going to win anything. Look at Real Madrid, Courtois. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. He can save about four saves. He can make 4 or 5 saves in a game. That is why Manchester City of late, they were really struggling because you just play 3 shots and one will score a decent. But go to Madrid. Like me and you, he will save it. That will save the team going forward. Look at the national team who have been winning trophies. Look at Argentina just recently at the World Cup. Their goalkeeper was a key member of the squad. Aside Messi, I think the second player who was really important was the goalkeeper. So we really need to look at our goalkeeping department. It is a huge headache for Coach Chris Hughton to actually solve that problem. So I think yes, we need them. And I'm not going to say as it is said in Akan proverb. So sure, we should get all of them.
Right. So as we are talking about the defending aspect, now let's look at our center pair. We have the likes of Daniel Amate, we have Jiku, Salisu. I think most of them, they are not consistent in terms of injury. Some are injury prone. Salisu of late is not playing for Southampton. Do you think it's time for Chris Hughton to call Patrick Pfeiffer?
Yes, I think it's time for Chris Hughton to call 2 players. I'll speak about them maybe tomorrow. I spoke about one already, Kasim Adams. It's time to call him. Patrick Pfeiffer, it's time to call him as well. So these 2 players. Patrick is back after he picked up the injury with the club side, and Darmstadt 98. They are currently leading the German Bundesliga 2 with some 64 points, and they are almost qualifying to the Bundesliga.
Almost, almost to join the Bundesliga. Yeah.
And I understand he has a pre-contract with FC Augsburg to join them next season in the Bundesliga. I don't know how true is that, but it has been confirmed from multiple sources. Patrick has been fantastic for the club side, but we do not know the reason why he is not getting opportunity in the Black Stars organization. He is the only player out of the 5 who switched nationality who is here to get opportunity. And many even thought like maybe he didn't switch. I said he did. If he didn't switch,
yes, JFA confirmed
because the FA published his name as part of even his picture. He could have just come out to say, "Oh, I didn't switch." He has switched nationality, but
he has everything: the height, in terms of defense, whatever.
I don't know. Coach Otuado never invited him, and now Coach Chris said, "Okay, we can give him the benefit of the doubt because at that time the player was injured and he was not recovering." So let's look at the next call-up. I trust Coach Chris to be doing the important call-ups. I think the first call-ups he made was really impressive for most of us, and we are looking forward for another one. I want to see Patrick Pfeiffer, as you are saying. It is time that we need him because look at our defense. Salisu is now injured, so even if he recovers, how many matches can he play before Ghana will play against Madagascar? I think playing the likes of Patrick Pfeiffer against Madagascar shouldn't be a big task for him. We should start focusing on them. Patrick Pfeiffer is there. Then as I said already, Kasim Adams, who is now playing at FC Basel. We should get these players on board and see what is next for them. Patrick Pfeiffer, I'm really I don't understand the reason why he's not getting called up. We need to call him. We need to invite him. He's a top-notch defender.
Okay. There have been multiple reports that Chris Hilton wants to settle certain issues with Jeffrey Schlupp. Do you think we still need Jeffrey Schlupp in the Black Stars?
Oh, yes. As I've always been saying, we need a lot of players. But he's also a quality player. He's a quality artist. Sure. In every team, you need some players who are really versatile going forward. Sometimes you can even drop one of your key players to take a versatile player to a tournament because you might need him when maybe the going gets tough. Look at a player in the name of Jeffrey Schlupp. Look at his profile. A player who can play as a left back. Ghana, we are suffering already at the left side. As I said, left back, he can play and plays really well. He has shown time and again that he can do that. Look at a player who can play as also a left winger. He can also play as a defensive midfielder. I'm yet to see more offensive work from him, but I believe he can do so. He can even play maybe at a right back or maybe as a goalkeeper for us. I don't know. He's really versatile. Yes, he's really versatile. So I think for a player like Jeffrey Schlupp, I don't know the differences between him and the national team. And before the World Cup, I was also really happy that aside his name being omitted, the manager, Calvin Charles, yes, he came out to spew a lot of words, which wasn't great. But the player himself, the player in question, Jeffrey Schlupp, never came out to say anything. He was just quiet throughout. So at least, I will not see him to have issue with Ghana in terms of maybe saying something bad. He was just mute. So I think Coach Christensen should go to to any extent to get the player to join the national team. He should just go to any extent. Just go Jojo with him, tell him the reason why you need him to join the Ghana team. Because the player at a point, he felt that whenever he joined the national team, he was not getting playing minutes. Because at that time, we could all recall when he would join, he was at the top of his form as a Leicester. He would join BLACKSTARS and he would be benched. 2020, I think that was the last time he played for Ghana. That was when he said he's no more going to come because sometimes he even has to reach the airport and there will not be any flight tickets paid for him and a whole lot of stuff. So I think, yes, we need him at our team. No matter what, we need him. He can play a lot of positions and we need such a profile for the Black Stars of Ghana's team. So Jeffrey Schlupp, we should get him on board. Sure.
All right. Okay, let's move on to Thomas Partey and Jorginho's issue. I think Thomas Partey has come out to just say he's unfazed or unperturbed about what has happened. Do you think Partey's performance has dropped for the past 3 weeks?
It's true. His performance has dropped. And the player actually admitted himself. He admitted yesterday during the pre-match conference, he actually said that yes, he's not perturbed about him being benched of late because Jorginho's performance has been better at training and it has also shown in the games. So a midfielder who is competing with the same player, telling us his performance has been better at training and also during the game, tells you that he knows that his performance has dropped. And if you could see, when he was dropping, he was introduced, I think, against one of the teams, either Newcastle or so. The kind of performance he gave within 8 minutes, he lost only one ball, and the kind of passes, the kind of aggressiveness he was playing with tells you that at first he was being relaxed. He was being relaxed, and if you watch the game against Manchester City, he was being bamboozled. He was bullied throughout the game. That wasn't the party that we know of. I think maybe it might just be fatigue. Because he's played consistently for Arsenal. He has been the pivot of the team. He has always been joining attack whenever going for it. But now I think it's the turn of Jorginho. He's playing well, so maybe the coach feels like let him continue. But Partey hasn't lost it all. I think it's because of fatigue. Anytime you call on Partey, he will show up and give you that stellar performance. But for now, I think Jorginho is performing better currently than Thomas Partey. The player has admitted it, and I think that's it going forward. He should just work hard. Because sometimes, if you look at the game against West Ham United, he lost a ball which led to goal, and that was the equalizer for Leicester. I think one of the goal equalizers, the first goal, where they got penalty and one of the players, Benrahma or some players scored. So Partey knows that his performance has dropped. So he should just pick the pieces together and improve his performance. And he's going to come back into the Arsenal team. Else, it will be difficult for him. Because yesterday I heard that Arsenal is now sending a bid for Declan Rice of West Ham United. If Declan Rice should join Arsenal, that means we are getting the same position. You have Granit Xhaka, Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Partey. So these four players next season means that you might even have Jorginho and Rice starting, or Jorginho and Xhaka starting, Jorginho, Partey. So Partey knows that his position is really in jeopardy and he needs to work very hard to get that position back in Arsenal.
All right. We can't talk about all these players without talking about the form of Jordan Ayew. I think you've watched him severally recently and you can take certain things from him. Is he in the good form for us to, in the impending game against Madagascar? Do you think Jordan Ayew's form now is okay?
I think he's far better than the one we used to know, I think it also comes down to the coach who is using the player. Partey, in about the past 4 matches for Crystal Palace, today's game is inclusive. He has been playing as the out-and-out striker, the number 9 for the team. And today, as of the time we were going live, the player has already provided an assist for his colleague to score. So Jordan Ayew has improved as a player. Even that time, he wasn't really scoring. He wasn't really assisting. We were still calling him, so we can never take his name out. He is now really being shaped well. He's performing well, giving assists, scoring goals under, Roy Hodgson. And I think Jordan Ayew is showing his qualities. He's one player that he does not work over, like he doesn't work over himself. And he's one of the players I do not like naturally. It's not.
I think he has given an assist today.
Yes,
the first goal for Crystal Palace.
Yes. He has provided an assist already. So he's one of the players I do not like. The reason why I do not like him as a player is, as a player you must always give us consistent performances. I don't like a player who is somehow like Adesika. Today he will give you very good performance. The next game you will just be disappointed, giving him a start or something. Yes, at the World Cup, I think the game against.
Then you were very disappointed at the World Cup.
Yes, against South Korea, we gave him the start against South Korea. He was fantastic. Now against Uruguay, the fire was quenched. He has been doing that consistently in the BLACKSTARS team. Yeah, that is why many do not like him. But as a player, his qualities. Look at the record that he's setting in the EPL. He's a fantastic striker, but he doesn't overwork himself. He's that kind of player I don't like. The likes of Eden Hazard, the likes of Pulisic, the likes of Kai Havertz, who will just show up in some 2-3 games and they will and sleep. They play at the time they want to play. And that is not the time.
I think he's back for good. And he just said that we should expect more goals from him.
Well, we only hope so.
We should
You should
expect
prove
more
that
goals from him.
in the BLACKSTARS shirt. In the Ghana shirt that we are talking about, we are not talking. You know, Jordan Ayew at Marseille, at Aston Villa, at Crystal Palace has been good for them. But in the Ghana JC, it is a different story altogether. You know, so that is it. Yeah. That is it.
All right, so let's talk about Inaki Williams too. I think before the World Cup and even after the World Cup, his performance and goal scoring was very, very poor. But I think he has now also come up to score some goals. Do you think it's going to help us ahead of our games against Madagascar and Central African Republic? Is it a time to
definitely
expect more from Inaki Williams?
Yeah, definitely. I think Inaki right now he has one chance to score in June for Ghana. So I'm playing against Madagascar. You should do everything possible to score, because if he doesn't score in June, that means unless we talk about somewhere September before we play against Central African Republic. So yes, and I think he has not really been bad. You know, he has not really been bad. But one position that if you play as a footballer, which is really difficult, is being the main striker of a team. You know, as a striker, sometimes you could get about only 3 chances in the game, and you need to make sure that you convert one of them to goals. Else, you are not doing anything. We will blame you for not scoring goals. But when we concede, maybe we might not blame the defenders. We might have goalkeeper to blame or something. So as a striker, your note or your currency is goal scoring, no matter what. Even sometimes when you provide assist, they will still tell you that it wasn't a goal. So you need to score goals. And that is what he was lacking before the World Cup. He was not having the best of form. We went to the World Cup. You all saw the performances. It wasn't good for the BLACKSTARS of Ghana's team. We came 2 matches against Angola. He didn't really play well, and many were worried. He has gone back to Athletic Bilbao, and he's now picked the form again. He's playing well for them, scoring, assisting, doing a lot as a right winger. I think in the BLACKSTARS JC, we have 2 problems we need to fix. What position can really help Inaki Williams? We need to reconsider that. Then the number of supplies going to him as a striker or as a number 9, if you are playing him in that position as a center forward, we must also look at it. Else, we are always going to blame him for that, because even with Bilbao, he has been played as a right winger consistently, but anytime he goes forward, at least the players releases the ball for him. They know his qualities is the pace. Look at the goal he scored against Barcelona, which was disallowed. It was a fantastic goal that he scored. One ball was sent to him, and he would just outrun all the defenders, make sure he converts against Ter Stegen, who is really on form. Sure. And that is the quality of him. But in Ghana, anytime Inaki will take off, you will see our midfielders now trying to dribble, trying to show that they have the skill. And that is not helping the team. So I think there are a lot of factors which goes into a striker producing well for a team or the other. You might see a striker not playing well today. Tomorrow you might see him playing well. It actually involves a lot. So he's not a bad striker in general, though. But I think for the BLACKSTARS of Ghana's team, I'm looking forward that Inaki will at least score 1 goal against Madagascar. It's not going to be easy playing away. He doesn't know the African terrain. He's now, actually making sure that he will, acclimatize with Africa weather and other stuff. Sure. But we hope that he will get a goal for us to ease that pressure on him. When he scores 1 goal, more will flow. Sure.
All right. Finally, let's talk about our manager, Chris Hughton. What are your expectations ahead of the impending AFCON qualifiers against Madagascar and Central African Republic? Do you think there are certain things he should correct going into these games?
Oh yeah, sure. I think
in terms of the call-outs, in terms of whatever it is.
Yeah, so I think Coach Chris Hughton, he's on course, and he's a coach who has the backing of Ghanaians. Ghanaians really love him no matter what, because when he came in, he's already made it known to us that one, he's not just coming to win trophies. So we shouldn't, one way to disappoint yourself is to raise your expectations. When you're a human being and you expect too much things to be done, when it doesn't go that way, then you already get a lot of disappointments in your life. So one, he has already limited our expectations that I'm not going to win the next AFCON. I'm not just here for trophies. I'm here to build a team. When we build a team really well going forward and we get trophies, so be it. And that is a good sign. You know, our team is not really that strong that we can say that, oh, we are just going to take AFCON. But you know, there's Morocco, there's Algeria, there's Egypt, there's Nigeria. All those teams will come and compete with you. They are performing well at their various, competitions. So, Coach Chris Satan, I think he's doing well. His first call-up for the national team impressed a lot of Ghanaians. I think most Ghanaians rated him above 80% out of the call-up. Call-ups will never suit everyone's expectation, but at least the majority of the team was the team that most of us were really expecting. So I think for him as a coach, he's doing well. I'm just looking forward that going to play against Madagascar is one of the, not really difficult games for him as a coach. We should just go there. If we pick win, that's cool. We pick draw. Definitely, the most important thing is we should qualify for the AFCON, and I think we are going to do that. So we only have one match, I think in June against Madagascar away. We should go there, try to win the game, and qualify for the next AFCON so that we can try new players in the game against Central African Republic in Ghana here. I know it's going to be in Kumasi so that we can try new players, and going forward, we will get a lot of players. So Coach Chris Satan, so far so good. He's shown that he has the ambition. He's working with the team. His in-game tactics is really good. I only have a little issue with the way he approached games. Usually, you see that the first 15 minutes, Ghana will not be playing to a particular kind of system. But after the 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then you see that the coach will actually change some things. Then the team will start producing or start playing well. So I want to see that. Sometimes if you are like Adesika in the first 15, 20 minutes, you might concede goals that you can never equalize. Just like what it's happened to AC Milan recently against Inter Milan. They didn't approach the game well. By the time they settled in the game, they had already considered 2 goals. That shouldn't happen to a national team. We should approach the game well. Then I think going forward, Chris Sutton can help us. He's a top-notch coach, and he should give us top-notch performances and top-notch results going forward as a national team. Sure.
All right. Thank you very much, Osikeni TV. Okay. I think you are going to draw the curtains down. Yeah. This was just some short discussions about the trending sports stories. If we wanted to know more about our Ghanaian players, it has been very long that we all sat down to discuss some of these issues. So I think we do appreciate your efforts and your time too. We are very grateful and we thank you for that. The entire team of Manual TV Sports, our viewers, cherished viewers, and I think everyone, we just compliment you for joining us.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity as well. Sure, we'll meet later.
Yeah, all right. So to our cherished viewers, we shall meet in our subsequent updates. Bye-bye.